everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brie.
And I'm Tori.
Today we are back reacting to the Nightmare music video series from Dreamcatcher. We have the next 3 in the official installment, I believe, which these 3 are going to be You and I, What, and PIRI. So, we know that there is a Japanese song that has been heavily considered to be a possible alternate ending.
I believe so.
As what you guys have explained to us. That is not in today's video, but that does not mean we are not going to get to it. So just keep an eye out for that. We do plan on watching that, especially because so many of you said that it does seem very important to the storyline. You can't see what she's doing. I accidentally clicked
She's at the highest
setting for
we've never
for HD, and we've never put it there.
We've never tested that. I don't want to test it today just to make sure for whatever reason my computer can't handle it.
But what I was saying was that it doesn't mean we're not going to get to it. That it will be on its way. So so we've got these 3 planned today. If you see me distracted, my cat's trying to climb things out of the corner of my eye. It's making me nervous. Hello. That was the tiniest squeak. Now you make me look weird.
He's gonna fall.
Anyway, okay. So before we jump into this, just a couple of reminders before we talk about a recap of what we've seen so far. We are going to watch each video 2 times. The first time we will do our best to try not to pause unless something crazy happens and we just have to process. And then the second time will be more pausing and actually reading the lyrics because we tried to just look at the visuals the first time and listen to the song. So that's the plan. We're super excited because we kind of just recapped before we started recording on what we've pieced together. You are wonderful for helping us as much as you did and not spoiling things for us. So thank you for that as well. Do you want to give a little
Definitely feel like we have a better grasp on what the story could be. It seemed like there wasn't anything that was officially said. There was a lot of theories. A lot of theories were very similar from what we're kind of going on that made sense to us was the whole, I guess, the spider and them dabbling into something they shouldn't have been in, the spider cursing them. There was a lot more intricate details, but that's very big
over.
Yeah. So there was a lot of very interesting points and details that some of the things we didn't know and we didn't then when you guys said would put it together. But so for Fly High was the beginning we were thinking. And that kind of seems like that's how it started everything until I guess them turning it into their own nightmares. And it seems like whoever that guy, the paranormal, the nightmare hunter, the ghost hunter, whatever he was ends up eventually goodbye setting them free they set themselves free and trapped him. So now it seems like they're coming out of the world or they're free to move how they want to. So that kind of seems like that's how we would be picking up here after they've been cursed, corrupted, whatever they did to that sad spider.
Yuhyun and the spider. A lot of you did list out what they represent in terms of their nightmares. And so we may not remember all of those right away, but we did appreciate that you listed those out for us so that we could kind of look and you can see the themes of them in the video. But just if we don't remember everything right away, we did read the comments and we are trying, but we are super excited. And you did warn me and us that there might be some more spiders coming into play, which does really trigger my arachnophobia, but I'm going to do my best.
So if she freaks out a little bit, that's why. Yeah. I don't have a problem with them.
So yes, we've made the the spider queen spiders angry.
God, I don't know. Yeah.
Which I feel as much as I have a fear of them, I feel might be a little valid.
I mean,
based on what happened.
Don't do that.
So, we're going to go ahead and jump in with you and I.
All life is precious. All living things are precious. Also, when we clicked on this, to me already, first of all, the scene looks gorgeous. I love the sky and the stars because it's clouds, but it's really stars. Pretty. It's interesting. But this whole apparatus or this, whatever this is with this portal looks like an eyeball to me. It just does.
A blue contact lens.
Yeah.
All right. So if you have gotten to this point and you listened to us, thank you for listening. If you just skipped ahead, I don't blame you.
Thank you for skipping.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and jump into You and I for the first watch, and let's go.
Ding dong.
I wasn't ready for that hit.
Years. Ooh.
Red accents.
So there was a lot of with blue and red.
Ooh, the strings.
Oh no, Spider-Man! Oh, it's pinned!
Ooh, that slide.
Oh, they look good. That
higher
high!
vocal. She lost.
Upside down. Ooh. Oh no!
Ooh, that drum.
This is doing a spell. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh!
She broke out. It's like a lullaby. Or, like I said, spell. Oh.
Who is that?
Oh, it's the spider! She was this.
Ooh. Gorgeous.
Oh, she gonna make it? No. Okay. These outfits. The white and black this time.
That is so nasty.
I think we were trying to save her or bring her back. Oh.
Let her in.
Did she...
Let her in.
Like, I need to... I'm glad we're watching this again, because I need to watch it again, because I feel like there's always so much happening, and I can't keep up with everybody and what everyone else is doing.
I feel like all you might see are rapid eye movements just all over the...
I like that song a lot.
I need 5 to 10 business days to process what just happened in that video.
Okay, so to me, I kind of want to see it up close, like hopefully, because we're gonna pause a lot. Because I said this in the beginning, I wasn't actually sure, but this does look kind of like webby to me.
Mm.
And I said that before we started filming. I really want to watch this again. I'm so glad that you guys gave us so much context that you did, because what would I have done if I had just seen the shadow of the spider? I'm sure I would have put 2 and 2 together. Like, I would have clicked the 2 music videos together, but I don't know that I would have thought about, like, a curse of the spider.
I'm a little bit scared for you, Hyun. I'm not going to lie. My cat is trying to get into my sweater. This is going great. Okay. I genuinely am so... Like, I feel uncomfortable for her because what is happening, because of the menacing look that was on, I'm going to assume the Spider Queen or like the Spider Woman's face. Just the way that she looked up at her, like, you don't know who I am, but I'm going to make sure that you do. And that she just falls down after, like, the realization.
They were definitely being, I don't know if it was them. I have to watch it again because like I said, so much happened and my brain can only keep up with so much at once. But they were definitely being tormented by this.
And chased. I mean, like there was the reaching out of the hand.
It was a spider got claws.
Or like, I don't remember whose hand was up and the darkness was wrapping around the hand.
Pinned in the web, with the pins,
there was a very
cool
heavy Yuyan focus.
I mean, which would make sense if she's the one who burned.
Who kind of unleashed or triggered this entire thing. But just kind of with everyone, it felt just like there was something following something that had started. So this kind of might be just like that whole rupture of that.
It almost makes me wonder because of how this is set up, if she was reaching for this portal to find herself on the other end of like being forgiven or something, like, because you see how the light, it's shining straight through it, and she was like not able to make it through, and it's almost like, no, you aren't.
The ending pose was very, very metaphorical, very intense. So
let's watch it.
All right,
with the lyrics so that you can pay attention to the lyrics while I try to. No, I'm just kidding.
And you can look at the visuals again because I can't look at Dami again.
Kind of started where we.
Interesting.
Ding, ding.
She's pushed her head down. Sorry, okay. Anyway,
I didn't even notice. Ju's hair is so gorgeous.
Oh, these vocals are just getting me.
This song is so pretty. Like, it literally sounded like they were casting a spell or like singing like it was lullaby. It was very enchanting.
The visuals.
I know. I was gonna say the scenes. I'm so curious. Like with the stripes, are we thinking like? I was trying to remember. Like, you guys have to tell me. Or is there spiders that have stripes on them? Weren't there?
Don't ask me about the animal that I don't like to look at.
Animal. I'm just curious about the stripes because they're so specific in this scene, and I feel like I'm missing the reason why, because they're in all white and they all have these like little.
Oh, we talked about in the last one. You guys explained the difference in the color between like the red and the blue.
So if anyone knows, let us know, because look, it does look like spider webs in the back.
We have a lot of like photography happening as well, like a dark room photography, mirrors, just a lot of lenses again.
Get out of there. You can't. That look up straight at the camera.
Oh, the way that comes in.
Burned it. They look happy about it. Almost like she flipped it.
She's definitely. She's trying to rid her of something.
Yeah, like this curse or something. It's very much
undo what she did.
Maybe so. They're like stuck. What was that?
Ma'am.
What
Black and white feathers?
Not that, in the middle.
I didn't even see it. I see it now.
Is it like a... I can't tell. It almost looks like what... I don't know. An hourglass is made out of, but it didn't look like...
She's got the red and white on her cane.
And they have the red and... It's black and white.
Ooh, that choreo.
It's terrifying. Is it only in the mirror?
Okay, so it was her.
She took her place on the couch as well.
She's also changed her entire demeanor. Like everything.
It was like it flashed. She passed out, and then it's almost like I don't know if it's just the curse has overtaken her, but it was interesting that she went and sat on the couch, the exact same spot where that lady was.
We're seeing things out of order, like it has tried to take over, and we're also seeing pieces of when the other girls are trying to get rid of it and get her back.
That's
so gorgeous. Oh. Ooh, I even noticed the toss and catch.
gorgeous. I just want to know, did it work? So fierce at the end.
Chills from that.
I just want to know, did it work? Did they bring her back?
If that's what's happening.
Did they breathe them back? Did they free themselves? Ju looks like she's like constantly running in this hallway.
And looking behind her and being
she's
followed
constantly
by something.
running and
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
She looks like she's running again, always. Like she's being chased.
Or trying to find her way somewhere. She's definitely, like I said, with the hand, it almost looked like the hand was specifically in whatever mirror realm, or maybe you could only see it that way. That is so, I love it.
This song itself mixed some of their more familiar sounds, like what you think of when you hear the name Dreamcatcher, that rock, that heaviness, but with some of the more like, I don't want to say delicate vocals.
I was going to say pretty, so I know what you're talking about.
But not in like a weak way, because delicate does not equate to weak, but just a very delicate, graceful falsetto, the high pitches. It was mirrored to the heaviness of the song so well. It might be some of my like favorite like parts of the song when they go up into those high vocals.
It was gorgeous, especially towards the end. Oh, those high notes.
And I don't know if I've ever said this, but I have to compliment them on their acting abilities, because wow, they know how to emote and how to express.
I think I said that actually in one of the comments, like a reply, because I was like, you know what, we didn't mention that, but like
give them all the awards.
The acting in this.
So what I got from the lyrics here was a sort of that like desire for companionship. I don't know how positive or negative it seems to be, but getting it and like holding on to it no matter what, like always wanting it, never being able to stop thinking about it, dreaming about it, all those things. And then once you finally have it, like not letting it go. So I don't know how positive or negative you could take that, but it felt very much like a call for companionship.
I just had a thought. Remember I told you that little, this could be completely off. I told you that thing in the middle was look kind of like the base of like an hourglass, but there was no hourglass. The sand. Is it a broken hourglass, and the sand that they are using is almost to either like turn back time or reverse it? Because she did flip things.
I don't know, because
earlier
I think Tommy is in it, but
she's in like a glass and she breaks
like the
it
same
open.
Oh, that is a scene. But it looked like the same bottom of it to me, but I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I'm sorry, that could have been completely off, but that just clicked to me because I saw them mention time.
Never gonna find it again.
Because they're doing like can you go back to the altar where they're like right here? Can you click on that? Oh,
I thought I did.
It does that. It does that. I was looking at the symbols on it. Almost. I don't know what that is. Okay, interesting. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why it's this white sand that they're sprinkling constantly.
Ma'am.
She's standing in it with the feathers.
And then like this.
Yeah.
So, and she's outside of this. Oh man. Okay. So I do not proclaim to be able to understand a lot of things the first time watching them. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next song.
Like, literally, if we sat here and watched it over and over again, we would probably pick up a bunch of things. But
so now we have what? So we're starting with.
I was like, what do you mean?
We're starting what?
What? Crystals.
Interesting that we just went from that.
I did. I thought that too.
Okay, let's get into it.
Oh,
these outfits.
Oh, next to
what is happening?
Are we purifying?
What is happening? Ooh. That's what I want to know. This song.
Again. Oh.
What? I can't get over the sound of this song.
Whoa.
Oh. Shion's outfits.
What? Oh, okay. My dream? Are these a bunch of dreams? Ooh, her outfit. So weak. Under the bed.
Nuh-uh. Bring her back.
Okay. Oh, it's a book, yeah. Oh, is it the hallway?
Oh, I don't like that.
Wake up. Oh. She's find her? Joker.
Oh.
Oh.
Alone in the city.
Okay.
I mean, they were. Excuse
Stop
me.
that right now. We're not ready for you.
They were very alone in the city.
So
name of the app, yeah.
They all kind of seemed like they were all in different areas. So I don't know if they were all trapped in their own nightmares.
That's what I was wondering as well.
And it almost seemed like Ji was constantly searching, right? And to me, it looked like Yuyeon was dreaming,
like
or she's trapped.
She looked alone, very alone to me.
But they all kind of seemed like they were.
They did, but she just seemed very like afraid of what her setting was, where the others didn't seem as fearful to me. So I wondered if that was something that was really upsetting her, was being on her own, which again, I don't remember all their individual nightmares.
So I do wonder if, because she's the one that set this kind of in motion, because she was the one who like burned the spider in the first place, if she, obviously she's the main catalyst. So if it's like, if they can fix whatever's going on with her or find her and set her free, will it break everything for everyone else? Because it just seems like she was constantly trying to find her, and she did, but didn't quite, like when she turned around, it wasn't giving me like good vibes.
It wasn't giving me like, hey bestie,
hey, you found me.
Missed you, man.
But like it also seemed like she was struggling trying to wake up. So it's almost like wake up, wake up.
Yeah, I kept hearing "wake up." I think I heard "lucid dreams" in the lyrics as well.
I heard dreams for sure.
I think I heard "lucid dream" at the beginning, and then obviously like the what and "wake up." I did have to the whole time I'm watching this, as scenes go by so quickly. I remembered a comment that I read on the last set of videos that said that the only way to catch everything is to go frame by frame in slow motion, and I just have
Here
to
we
say,
go. No, I'm just kidding.
I appreciate the sentiment because that makes me feel like we're not missing. I mean, we're missing things, but we're missing things because it makes sense because it's going so fast. So it made me think of that because everything was happening so fast, and
the only way to organize it in my brain would be to go scene by scene and literally write everything down per member, and otherwise, I'm not going to remember everything.
So, with that being said, though, we're gonna watch it again. However, I mean, I mentioned it several times. This song, yet again, had very similar tones to a lot of their big MV songs, their title tracks. But this one felt very different to me. Like it had an undertone of a different like style of music.
It did.
I really enjoyed the difference of it. It was just, it caught me off guard, I think, but it captivated. So I'm excited to listen to it again. Let's look at the lyrics.
I'm assuming the crystals are there for like purifying purposes.
Yeah. And it's like they're inside.
Look up. Yeah, it's on the side of her bed.
This might be the one that takes me out. These outfits, the hair.
Oh, you say that, but we say that each one.
I know, but man, they are gonna be the end of me. What is that head grab? Okay, I got those lyrics.
I'm sorry, we got like so many things in like 2 seconds. This looks reminiscent of like some of the stuff we saw like from the other music videos, like
It's got like streamers and stuff on the ground.
Oh, like there was a party.
Yeah,
I want to know.
keep seeing balloons and confetti and streamers. There's the crown
That was burning later. What is this?
I don't like it. It's a weird clown thing, but it doesn't. It's one of those that doesn't fall. It just teeters.
This is yeah.
She doesn't stop getting attitude with me.
Oof. We're like, ooh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do not.
Not with these. These outfits are so cool.
I like the
choreo as well. Yes.
Wow.
This outfit is just, I cannot stop staring at it.
It's kind of cool that like everything around her is different, and the bed itself
gray,
is like a gray and colder tone, and like the TV's on and it's staticky. The whole world is like shaking around her. The closet scene is like. Okay. Look at those crystals on her ears.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was a flower.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like a...
Sticking straight. Oh, but they bloom like a flower in the desert.
I was gonna say it looks like desert.
Yeah.
It's not desert, more like just like a bunch of dirt, but maybe.
Maze. The mirror.
Oh no.
Rolling Stones?
Something about roses. I don't know. I thought this was a hallway earlier, but it almost looks like a school. Oh, aren't they in school or something like that? This almost looks like a school, doesn't it? Looks like a hallway.
I just
Definitely
see
a
the
hallway.
balloons.
Looks like a hallway.
Yes, it is a hallway. Umbrellas. She saw the bat
Clouds.
signal.
It doesn't look like purpley. Like it almost looks like a mirage,
signal.
or like it doesn't fully look like she's there. Like, yes, a bat.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
It's a spidey signal.
Well, I mean, she'd been looking at the horizon for a while, trying. It's almost like she's been searching, like you said,
She's
and then
in a dream. No, not you.
you're saying she looks like a mirage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh.
Gio's been like looking along the horizon the whole
Oh.
time, and then all of a sudden, but I wanted to go back for that delayed drop because that is so cool.
Okay.
Oh, I just love it.
She almost got out.
Nothing. Okay, newspaper. Yeah, she almost got out and just goes reverses right back in.
Just
Clouds
hazy.
clear. Joker. With it, Joker. I know what a dramatic, just like, well, let's go jump to the next one
I know.
before we're ready. Okay, I felt like the lyrics for this one followed the song really well,
I did too.
which
I know,
was
I
really
meant the
interesting.
music video. You mean?
Yes,
Not the song.
that's what I meant.
Yeah. I felt like the lyrics like really explained well, kind of like what was going on in the music video a lot.
About the lucid dreams being trapped. I liked all the references to mirrors, which has been very consistent with all of the videos.
What do you see?
I also feel, I mean, of course you can do this with most songs, especially if lore is involved, is like take it outside of that and apply it to life and other situations, which I always love to do just because I like to like...
Does it say dream? What does that say up there?
I'm not sure.
I see it.
I think so. I like to take the songs and see how many places I can apply them because I feel like music can go in a lot of different areas. So I liked the maze reference as well. But wanting to wake up, wanting to get taken out of this nightmare that you're in and just knowing that you're stuck in it, because they talked about like being blooming in the desert, coming out of a hard situation and wanting to be shaken out of
But
that.
also like because rising beautifully from something hard, almost like how diamonds are created. You're kind of like you rise up stronger almost from something like that.
And then at the end, we have just like a lot of reversals happening in the scenes themselves. And I do take it back. I think a lot of them do look a bit more disturbed by what's happening to them than I originally noticed.
They all seem alone.
They all seem alone and just very stuck
They're
in whatever.
trapped.
Like we've got in.
It's like they're in loops. Some of them.
We've got the danger tape. We've got the closet with like the red lights coming through. Just Gio just constantly searching. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Are you ready for PD?
What is in the painting?
Sand.
It's a UFO.
That is the reflection.
You
of
are
the
right.
light.
It totally is.
It's a UFO.
I didn't actually think it was a UFO, okay? But I did not realize it was the light.
Okay.
Let's see myself out.
Do that. Ah, stop. Okay. Okay.
All right, so what are we going to see in this supposed conclusion of these 6 MVs anyway?
My
I see a lot of white right now.
correct. I think I know what PD means.
Oh, you can look it up.
I think PIRI is the Korean word for pipe.
Like, those kind of pipes? Or like...
PIRI. Yes,
Like wood
it's
pipe?
an instrument. Like
Okay.
a flute, like a pipe.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. We're already going to start like this with the gorgeous visuals. Okay. All
A
right,
lot
let's
of
do it.
white and empty.
Let's do it. Oh, the contrast of her
Here we
hair.
go again. She over barefoot. The heartbeat, yeah.
And then it stopped.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's the flute.
Oh.
That was like one of the coolest intros
I need to
have
start
ever
that again
seen.
because holy crap.
Like I should have
With the
worked too. I don't know
choreo
what was
too
happening.
and scared me again.
Ma'am.
Oh.
It reminds me of a goddess.
Did you hear? See. She looks scared.
I like that.
They have nightgowns.
Oh,
Now we look like
dip.
we're in a maze.
Oh, piano.
Oh.
Oh, I have chills.
I love this. Oh, time again. Oh. Ticking.
Okay.
Oh god. Realization? It is.
It mirrored
me.
what she was doing.
Ooh. Not the dolls
I'd also
again.
run away.
Same. Ugh. They're all being yanked in.
I'm gonna talk about those vocals later.
Oh. Piano. Oh. I'm a little worried for them. I don't feel like they got out of whatever happened to them.
I also do not, but at least they were together in the end.
I guess. Maybe I'm just misinterpreting that wrong, but there was a lot of, like, we're lost, trying to escape, we look terrified, and being yanked back in.
It felt like a lot of a loneliness yet again.
And nightmares. Literally things of nightmares.
Yes, things of nightmares, being pulled in and trapped in again, just being alone and stuck in the situation that you're in. The dolls. I'm going to talk about the dolls.
That's what I mean by nightmares.
I just want to make sure we have a moment to talk about that.
Let's talk about the wall of phones. That's I think that might have been the scariest thing I've seen.
The dolls for me.
Could you imagine having to answer all those phone calls?
You're right. My anxiety could never. Please stop ringing.
So time is a theme then, because that was very specific in here with the clocks as well.
But that song?
The song was amazing. That song is kind of, it rose like this up, and like if I had a ranking system, which I don't, because I can't, this is probably one of my favorite ones I've heard so
would
far.
agree with that. Just in the use of the instrumental, the instrument that they used, the build-ups that it had, but also there's one part I'm going to point out when we go back through it. It was like the juxtaposition of the very high-pitched, the whistle of the flute or the pipe that they're playing. And I'm not sure exactly what instrument. I don't know if it was a guitar or something else. I'm not well versed with instruments. But it was so deep and dark, and it contrasted so beautifully.
A masterpiece.
I just can't. Okay. Are you ready to watch it again and read the lyrics?
No, but those high vocals.
Oh, those vocals.
Okay. The rapping, though. Also, Gayon. Okay, let's watch it again.
I'm telling you guys, look, I'm sure it's already been figured out. Dami can tell me whatever she wants to do. I'm going to listen. I feel like I need to sit and listen and be like,
you are sat. You've been sat since
I know. I'm
since episode 1. Since the first MV, you've been sat.
Anyway, the short hair.
Okay. Yes. Also, her pants. I'm sorry. Like, her outfit with the pants.
I couldn't decide which outfit I liked better. The black and the red ones or the pink ones.
Yeah. I liked all of them.
I do. But I between those, I was really struggling. Okay. I love her hair.
She almost like drags her foot.
I forgot it did that.
The dance. The visuals.
This right here reminds me of something. It's bothering me. It reminds me of something. I can't figure out what it is.
It almost reminds me of like a Buddhist or like a Hindu, like a goddess, or like Buddha itself. Like, I know that the arms, we don't know enough about these.
I was trying to Google
goddesses.
Because, and you guys have to correct us if we're wrong. This is not something that we are like experts on or know a lot about, but we were trying to look it up a little bit.
It is a familiar silhouette.
I'm seeing some like images of maybe some Hindu goddesses or an image of a Buddha statue with multiple arms. It also kind of reminded us of like a lotus flower with the point up at the top and just kind of the branches out of the petals of flowers. So just kind of, I thought the choreography was very specific, very intentional. So if you have a better explanation, hopefully
Well, you guys have told us too on like our last reaction. Y'all mentioned like the Buddhist and the, I guess, the spider and all of that as well. So it would make sense. It's all the arms.
Mm-hmm. I don't trust that thing. I love how the melody stays. Oh, I love the tone of voice.
I was curious if that's her own arm, because we're seeing a lot of images of like the
duplicates.
Mirrored.
Yeah, she ran through and then keeps amazed. don't see the same nails.
I couldn't tell. She ran away.
Ooh. And an emergency. This.
And it's almost like she... This is what you mean with the dark with the flute, right?
It's so epic.
And it's so good because with the images as well, it almost seems like it's like, huh? It's like affecting the way she's hearing, or it could be that. It's almost like a spell as well.
Affecting me.
Like that.
They put a spell on me.
But also, if you're, strip away the music, I'm sure there's just a bunch of really loud clocks and time just like, they were moving, right? Yes.
Oh.
And then Sion with the phones. It's terrifying. Grabs her. With lamps. My favorite part of the song. No. Looking like Elsa. Interesting visual that you've got all this white and this ladder that should lead up but doesn't actually lead anywhere. Okay. Broke glass? They're like one. Oh, y'all are gonna have to help. You're gonna have to help.
What an interesting way to end that and like make it like change the way that the film looks, and the like from just being extremely clear to the almost like they're on TV and now it's staticky.
So yeah, you can even see the line on the side. So for me, like this whole space seemed like more futuristic, open than what we've seen before, but like this door that they're being dragged through looked a lot like older. It was very different. It was like a wooden door. Some of these other scenes were
like subtle differences. Very subtle differences here. They're all stuck in some sort of loops. And I mean, that's what they say in the lyrics as well, just lost and wandering around. It never seems to end, and like being desperate for that help, which to me feels very much like isolation. The fear of being isolated, of being lonely, and just begging for help, even if there's somebody not like right there, just be like, I'm going to wait until I only have you. So whoever you are, I need you to save me.
I like the dance move where it's like they're putting their fingers on the flute, like
gorgeous. Okay.
I know.
Just silently, wordlessly going through. There's just so many things to look at here. Oh, I don't want to look at this. I don't look at this.
So many things to look at here.
And just like kind of just trying to reassure yourself, like, I feel so lonely and feel so isolated, but it's gonna be fixed, right? It has
Time will
to
fix
be.
it, right?
I can't be stuck here forever, right? And that's just storyline aside. That's just a very unfortunate place to be. That's terrifying to go like slowly backwards.
I don't like the way Kion was grabbed.
I don't like the way that Kion was grabbed. I don't like the way that it reaches to Shion, like, hey,
or how yeah. It was Sua with the baby dolls, right? The dolls. Oh no.
But while you're looking for that, it just like, oof. Storyline aside is very unfortunate for the world we live in right now, because isolation and loneliness is very easy, unfortunately, to achieve and to feel so stuck in. And so I felt those lyrics a lot as well.
I like how they all had like painted nails, I think.
I liked their nails. Oh, sorry, Tommy.
See what I mean by the door was like wooden and
she's in a very similar place.
Lamps.
Okay. Well,
I don't feel like
it ended in the way of like, we're all free from our nightmares, we're all happy-go-lucky, everybody's great back together. Didn't quite get that feeling from it. But
to me, it either seemed like Ju realized, or they were all realizing and seeing their alternate selves, and I don't know if they were just realizing that the mirrored it was themselves to begin with, or if they realized that I don't know. My brain is broke, you guys. It is broke.
We did, I feel like, a decent job in the first one. This one broke my brain. Not gonna lie.
It was the song.
Yeah.
It was the flute. It was seductive.
Very hypnotizing.
Pulled me in.
It was.
But we did have a lot of the faces that they were making were either like terrified or like they were in shock. And like I thought that maybe Ju was having like a moment where she like realized, oh, this is me, but she actually seemed like really dismayed by it.
Well, I feel like with all three, we got a really big insight into a lot of what was happening in their individual nightmares, and like an overarching theme of being separated and alone and trying to figure out how to get out of this like constant cycle and trying to work through these nightmares as a consequence of what happened and getting into this. So let us know. We do, again, know that there is the Japanese music video that may or heavily may, but also may not be, because I think you guys said it's like not confirmed, but heavily believed.
What is confirmed
true.
At this point? I'm just kidding.
Which is kind of cool, though. But we do know that there is that is a possible alternate ending. So, like I said in the beginning, that just because it's not in this video does not mean we're not going to get to it. So look out for that. Let us know your guys' thoughts.
Go easy
Please
on us.
Be kind to it. Not that you wouldn't be,
I know.
but we're sensitive. We tried really hard. Thank you guys so much for watching these with us. We absolutely enjoy this. So we love you so much. We will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.